Man, I wish I did have a cuppa actually. Just got some water instead. Oh. The sun has gone down about half an hour ago, so the temperature's dropping. I pulled the window closed a bit. That's not interesting. Why am I telling you that? Damn. I do just talk, don't I? God, it's so bright. Anyway, I didn't mean to click that. That was one of my hotkeys. Alright, so we are back. We are watered. I hope you guys are watering. If you're working hard at a desk, I hope you're doing your stretches every couple of hours. Even just a roll of the neck can be helpful. Alright, so we've just moved in our sim, Isadora Sim. Yes, I'm very imaginative. And here we are. Now please, if you don't know much about the game and you see something that's confusing or whatever, or you don't understand what I mean, just ask. That's one of the reasons we're doing the little intro. So we will start with the HUD. This is live mode, which I never knew it was called that. I just never really thought about it. We are in buy mode at the moment automatically because I just clicked on it. That's not the same thing. Did I? Just making sure I press the button. Yeah, it's taken me this long to check that the camera isn't on top of anything. Probably was. Apologies. Alright, so here we've got the wheel at the bottom left and its little stretchy out thingy. I don't know what to call these things. It's the HUD. We have 7,251 simoleons left. We have got a toggle ceiling button. I don't know what it does. I don't want to press it. We have the video capture and the camera capture. We can go down a floor and we can go up a floor. At the moment this is just a one floor house, so it doesn't really do much, but shows us where we could go. If we were deciding to build a second floor, you can see that the tiles are laid out already, and pressing that button would make us able to build here. We would of course need to first put in a staircase that would help give us something to work with by laying the tiles. We're not going to fiddle around with building right now. Sorry, Nora. We have the walls cutaway, home or end button. This is not as complicated as it sounds. It is basically saying you could have the walls all down. See, you can't see any walls at all. You can have the walls cut away, which is how I generally play, a bit more immersive. You can see in, and as you turn the camera, see the other walls pop back up, and they are down so you can see the items you want to use. There is also all walls up. This can be useful for shifting windows and doors, or if there's something hanging on the wall and you want to move it, you can grab it much better in this mode. And then finally the roof mode, which you would have to go up to your top floor to see. Very boring grey roof, lovely. So we're going to go back to cutaway. We have the camera controls. Shouldn't really need them. Your mouse is going to be doing most of that for you. And we are specifically in buy mode. There is also build mode and story mode. I will show you build mode. I hear some people like doing that. That's totally understandable, Naraya. I hear that's the best thing for Sims 4, building. But maybe if you try these games, you are like, I get my building fix from Sims 4 here, maybe I'll make some stories happen or whatever. Who knows? But I will show you all the same. This is, why did I click my finger? That really hurt. Build mode. So we have the build tools. On the left of build tools, we have the hand tool, which is what you want to generally be on if you want to lift things up. So for instance, this tree, although it's nicely placed visually, it is going to block me seeing everything. So I'm going to just grab it and put it off to the side. Excuse me. We have the eyedropper tool that I mentioned before. This clones items basically. So we say we want to have another sink that's exactly like this sink. Don't know why I'm making it so difficult. You highlight it, simple sink from Craft Industries, click, and boom. another sink that looks exactly the same. Down here near the bottom, you have the undo button. We don't actually want another sink. So, oh, throat's going a bit now. We also have the sledgehammer tool. This, I'm not entirely sure what it does. I don't think I've ever used it. Let's find out together. I'm going to use it on this wall. Wall's gone. Right, so it's just a delete button basically. Another way you can delete things is if you are actually selecting an item. Obviously you can delete just by picking stuff up and dropping it in this window, or you could press delete. If you're wanting to delete walls, we accidentally went into build mode, you would select, you can use the sledgehammer tool like we just saw. If you bash, 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 take everything out at once. Or you could be in the walls tools section, you would hold down control, then hold down left mouse and drag. And there goes the wall. But it looks like this sledgehammer thing is a bit faster. So you can really tell I didn't build much because I'm like, oh, what does this do? I only played the game for many years. We have the 45-degree view, which is a little scary. No, it's like that. You're zooming in a little bit more. You instead of you're looking along at the house rather than the regular view that we have. That wasn't a very good explanation, so I hope you just saw it visually. We have the design tool. So you click on that. Oh dear, they've all got hotkeys as well. If you want to be really flash and learn the hotkeys, the design tool, you press R, you get the hotkey. Hotkey, the design tool. So I could click on this counter and it will pop up with the different colours you can make this counter. Maybe I want the cupboards to be pink and the top to be pink as well. And you'll see at the bottom cost to update, because basically you are remodeling this item. You could pick it up, delete it, select it in buy mode and pick the colours you want and then place it. But this is much faster and probably cheaper. But we're not going to do that for now. It's just a good option for if you want a quick look at what colours you can change them into. We've got the day-night toggle. We've done that one already. Top-down view can be very useful for building, or if you've lost something in the game. Top-down does what it says on the tin. And you've got the undo and the redo buttons as well. Below build tools is the collections. Now these are themed collections that are pre-made. You can make your own collections as well. You can see there's a folder down here with a plus button on it. I haven't fiddled with that, although I could imagine it's something I might do in the future. So for example, they've got the Surfer collection. So you click on that and all the things that they've dubbed appropriate for the Surfer collection will pop up. It won't like fill an entire house, but you can quickly get a theme going. It also has collections from everything that came in with your expansion pack, like for example Free Time. You can see all of the items from there. So that can just be a shorthand way to do it. And build tools. I'm just gonna talk about what we have here. We're not really gonna change any of the building. We've got the wall tool. So you can create just a straight line wall. Yoink. You can create a room. So you're holding left mouse and dragging. There you go, you've got a box room. You can create a diagonal room. Like that, if you're feeling fancy. I'm rarely feeling fancy. And you've even got this hexagonal room, which I'm not really sure how to do, but there it is. So, wall shapes. Again, it is really good at explaining it. Again, you click on it, it will tell you how much each section costs. It'll have a little flavour text. If these walls could talk, they tell you a house without walls. It's just a bunch of stuff on the lawn. So I don't know how much flavour they had in Sims 4, but they did like to be quirky in the earlier games. And it'll give you some building tips as well, which is worth. So yeah, basically You can click everything and it will give you some tips, or at least some flavor text. You can do half size walls if you want, and you've got some options here. If we click on this one, which is called Near the Flora Half Wall, 150 simoleons for each tile, tile length that is. So if we drag that out, so it's kind of like that, like a wall going around your house. That's how you feel. Let's try the half wall in blush. So you've got a wall and there's some railings. I don't know what you do with that. I'm not a builder. Amaze me. Doors and windows, pretty self-explanatory. We have doors. Some of the doors are double doors. That's what tickles your fancy. There's your windows. We've got multi-story doors and arches. So these are big things, as you can see there. We have multi-story windows. These are more for if you're building like some kind of mansion or a community lot. And we have archways. Sorry, that was a bit slurpy, wasn't it? Floors and ceilings then. I guess some ceilings are floors, it's a thing. So you have several selections. You have stone, you have wood, tile, brick, carpet, linoleum, poured, which is like cement, and miscellaneous. I guess they didn't want to call these carpets or I mean, this says it's tile. You can put it in tile. I guess somebody couldn't be asked to sort it. But yeah, you get a range of prices. It's not always cheapest to most expensive, but generally speaking it is. So you get all these different options. A lot of them you get one design and then you get several colour options. So you can mix and match. As you can see, yeah, there's a nice selection. I think there's a nice selection. What do I know? We have wall coverings. Again, we have brick, masonry, siding, poured, like we're pouring. What are we pouring on our walls? Paint, wallpaper, tile, paneling, and the old miscellaneous, which appears to be a witchy wall, which is just some nice colours. It doesn't really do much but look nice. You understand how it goes. It's not going to, for some reason, it doesn't give you any boost your room, your environment sort of. What's the word I'm looking for? Appreciation. I don't know. But it makes it look nicer for you. We've got staircases. We have straight staircases, we have spiral staircases, and we have double staircases. And connecting stairs. And what was that? Railing tool. I know I'm going through this fast. It's because I am not really qualified to speak on it. I'm just letting you know what's out there. So you can make your own stairs, really, I guess. They're in railings. Make it look a bit more yours. We can build, this is a garage section, where, because you need to have a driveway if you want to get a car. You can't just plonk a car and park it on the road. That is unacceptable for Sims. So you buy a driveway. You can see it takes up a fair amount of space. You've got the driveway, it has to lock into the pathway like that. And you know, the garage door and the helipad. Needless to say, I never made enough money with my Sims to get the helipad. Too flighty. We've got foundations and decks. You can see this house has a brick foundation. So yeah, you can just build the floor on the ground, or you can have the foundation. It can be on columns, so it can just be raised up, or it can be solid. Terrain. We have elevation, so we have options that cost 1 simoleon each to level the terrain, raise the terrain, lower the terrain, or smooth the terrain. This is usually best to do before they move in. Then it won't cost them anything because the land will just be the land. We have ground cover. So if you clicked on one, let's click on this one. It's called leafy grass. And you can see we've got a little circle. You can have a small circle, big circle, medium circle, and then it's kind of like spray painting on the ground. So if I'm holding down my left mouse, You can even hear a spray sound. So now the grass looks a bit more lush. You have water. And again, you're using that circular tool for the size. So if you want to make a pond, again, click and drag. Woo! Be scared. Oh, be careful. So I held a bit too long. I don't think you need to hold. That's a real deep pool. I'm a little concerned. Oh, wow. The foundation just keeps going. Okay, that got a little out of control. So we're just going to click once. Okay, regular size pool. The longer you hold your mouse down, the deeper it gets. There you go. We've learnt this together. I actually like the pool. I want to keep the pool. If deep enough pools will have fish in that your Sims can fish for. Or just look at, because they're nice fishes. Whoops. Okay, I'm just clicking on something expecting a thing. I'm not paying attention. This button on the end is to flatten the entire lot to the street level. I don't want to do that, it's already flat, but the option is there. Can make it a bit wonky, depending on what you've done previously. I really want to make a pond, but we don't have much money. Garden centre. This was mostly introduced with the Seasons pack. So we have trees. Lots of different types for different biomes. I like this one. This is a cactus, and it's decorated for Christmas. If that's what you want. This is the most expensive tree. It's the Cozy Conifer for 700. It's actually for a bunch of trees together. So lovely. You can also buy your outdoor decorated Christmas tree as well. That will be in the garden centre, not in the build buy mode, just so you know, if you're wanting your Christmas decorations to go up during the winter season. Flowers then, we have flowers in diagonals, so you can create a two-tone flower bed if you like. There are also there's this algae. Obviously it's red because it will go directly onto water in your ponds. So some of these are just going to be for water. But there we go. Remember that all of the flowers you put down will require watering. So if you don't feel your sim or you have the time to go around watering everything, don't put too much down. It does help the environment score, but you need to be able to balance out with what your sim can manage. You can hire a gardener, but again, you've got to think about your finances. Now, gardening. This was introduced in the Seasons pack. You've got a plot of land, you've got sprinklers, you've got an apple tree and a lemon tree and an orange tree, and they will bear fruit and they will become dormant over winter, and you need to prune them and things like that, and you will get hobby skills for it. You can also build yourself a greenhouse so your plants don't die over the winter. And finally, shrubs. Geez. This is going to be another no gameplay run, isn't it? But there's a lot to explain, and I think it's too easy to just launch yourself in and then just get a bit overwhelmed and miss things. So maybe this is helpful to someone, I don't know. We've done it anyway. Not many bushes, but here they are. A couple of hedges, you can find them. Roofs. I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I don't like building. You can choose the angle of your roof. You can choose the game, can do an automatic roof. In Sims 2, you have to place a roof. It won't do it automatically like I think Sims 1 it does. I forget that you have to do that sometimes. It's not automatic. And the Sim will literally get out of bed and go, what? There's weather in my house. They won't say that because they can't speak English. And you have tile colours. You can build... You can really pick the angle of the roof here. You can have dormers, which are like little gables. You explore, it's fine. Architecture. Not sure what this one is. I think this is attached to one of the ones I didn't have. So you can fiddle around with it. It looks a lot Art Deco. I don't know. I'm at a loss with that one. And then always the ubiquitous miscellaneous. Here you're going to find your columns. You've got regular columns, multi-story columns, your column arches. You can build your house on top of columns if you so choose. Swimming pools, classic. You can do curved edges, straight edges. You've got slides to... Oh, and that's a crash. Ouch. Well, we're lucky we didn't do anything, right? Blimey, someone's like, you have streamed enough today. Damn it, I wasn't ready. Ooh, don't build pools, it crashes your game. You heard it here, tell Reddit. It's not picking up the game. Dear me. Oh, there it goes. So, that is the first crash I've had playing this Sims 2 Legacy Collection. Just letting you know, that was my first crash. I blame build mode. So we'll pop back in. Wow, that was... didn't even tell me anything. It just noped out. Do not make swimming pools. This is ridiculous. You talk too much. All right. So we find our house, Sim. 40 Woodland Drive, if you're wondering, and you can see the worth of the house has now gone up because I filled with it, except I didn't. So what did I do? I must have changed something because it was supposed to be a different price. Oh, maybe that's just her funds. All right, we're not going to click on swimming pools again. You know they're in miscellaneous. I'm afraid to click on anything now. You also got fireplaces. The watch where the flues go, because I mean this just looks like, I mean the picture is just a square fireplace, but the chimney will come out and it can look a bit weird if you just pop it out anywhere. We've got fences, we have fence gates, and we even have, as the Americans say, elevators. So you can have a lift in your house instead of stairs if you so choose. So that is everything in the build tools. The tray's gone back. That's what we missed the save on that. There we go. So now we're going to go to buy mode. So we've got similar icons on the left here. You know, your day-night toggle, your eyedropper, your redo. We have collections. As we've described before, you can sort by room or you can sort by function. Sometimes, oh no, that's Sims 1. Oof, getting a bit of overlap because I've been playing them both at the same time. Sorting by room, it can help you remember to, put this thing in the room, but it doesn't always include everything I'd want to have in the room. So, going by function is my usual. So we have comfort, which is chairs and beds. We have surfaces, decorative, plumbing, appliances, electronics, lighting, hobbies, which it's fun stuff, it's skill building stuff, and of course miscellaneous. So I'm now going to give her some more things in our house because she's missing a few important items, and we will learn about it that way rather than going through it all. I just wanted to highlight the build tools because I know Noraya at least is interested in that. Although don't get bogged down, don't get stuck being a builder. Give it a try, you never know. Or don't, it's your choice. So we have a bathroom. She has a toilet, a sink, and a shower. Not sure about the layout, I don't like being blocked with my view. She has a kitchen area. She already has a stove and a sink and a bunch of counters. A few too many counters for my liking, I'll probably delete some of those. That's a good amount of windows. It's a very narrow room. It doesn't really look like it's going to be helpful for anything. When you're building, make sure that, unless you're just building to this is a house I built, doesn't it look nice? I want to share pictures of it. If you're building a house for Sims to actually live in, you need to give them more space than you would expect, people to need. Was that one I showed? There was a game I was playing, and the bathroom was 4x4. Sorry, no, it was 2x2. So basically, if you look, there's the sink, the toilet, and there was a space in front of each. But the problem was, someone would go in, they'd be washing their hands at the sink, someone would come in to use the toilet, and then the person at the sink couldn't get out. And then the person who wanted to use the toilet would be like, get out, I want to use the toilet, what's wrong with you? And they'd be like, I can't get out, you're in the way. And there'd be this annoying back and forth of them going, move, no you move. It was very tiresome. So keep that in mind. They need space to move around each other. Also, sometimes I think they're just faking it. All right, so we have a small room and a larger room. I think I'm going to make you see my voice is going. I'm going to make the smaller room her bedroom for now, because the living room needs more things in it. So we'll go into comfort, and we'll go down to beds. And here we have a selection of single and double beds. We don't have much money, so I'm just going to start with the cheapest ones. It's also quicker. So the cheapest one is 300 simoleons. It's the Craftmeister's Pine Bed. I'm going to restrain myself from reading out all of the flavour text, although it can be fun because it's pretty funny a lot of the time. And you can see we've got a comfort level of 1, energy level of 2. That is rubbish. It is rubbish. You want, as much as possible, to get the best comfort items at the beginning. You know, the best ones, most comfortable ones you can afford, the highest level of energy for the beds, because then they won't be spending ages sleeping. And if comfort can be really, really difficult to keep up to a good level, if their chairs are not comfortable, if their bed's not comfortable, that can be a difficult motive to keep high. So, you know, invest as soon as you can in more expensive chairs and beds. That will really help them and help you with your time. So we'll just go with the basics, but you can see here, if I just highlight it again, we could pick a different colour for the bed frame. We could pick a different colour for her bedspread. There's quite a few colours to choose from. And then we just plonk it down. Lovely jubbly. Kind of want to show a house with lots of money and just get everything you want and make it look lovely, but I get bored halfway through decorating usually. So the cheapest sofa is this 2-seater. You can see there are 2-seaters and there are 4-seaters, and sometimes there are connecting ones, module chairs that you can just squodge together, or can be a single chair. I don't know what this random chair is doing here. It's not a sofa, it's lost, it's ugly, we're ignoring it. So we're going to get this love seat. I'm going for the cheapest just because it's quicker. Yes, I know. Like, when did I want to do something more quickly? But like I said, get your basics down, your very basics with your fridge and your oven, your smoke alarm, of course. And then like get a really good bed and sofa. That can be more important than like particular fun items, really. So we'll get this sofa, and we're just gonna plonk it. Where should we plonk it? We're gonna plonk it here so that when people walk in they can see them, they don't have their back to them. That would be weird. You have armchairs as well, you have dining chairs, and you have recliners. They can nap in recliners, but it's not going to give them as much of a boost unless, you know, it says so. If it says higher energy than your bed has, what are you going to do? In the miscellaneous section, you have things like bar stools and outdoor benches. I believe there's some hammock as well, and a tent, if that's what you want. She does not have a place to sit. Now, if I was doing like going really, really cheap, like if I was playing the Rags to Riches challenge where you start with nothing, I would probably only get a recliner so they could sleep in it, but that's not what we're doing this time. So you've got counters. We have way too many counters, so I'm probably going to sell some of those, but she wants a dining table, so we're going to go for the first one. The dining tables, different sizes, bigger, smaller, you get the idea. This is a very cheapy one. It is nasty. We're going to put it here and delete this counter. I'm just picking it up and dropping it, and that deletes it. We're going to put the fridge down here, so we'll delete that counter as well, and we'll move the oven here. Now the table has a lot more space. Don't block your Sims in. Like if I put an item here on the diagonal to the table, or a seat specifically, they would inevitably get out on this side and get stuck forever. Oh, well, you could just move the table, but you know, start out well. So let's get some dining chairs. We'll get the cheapest ones, these horrible plastic Comfort 2. It's not what you want. She's just going to get 2. So it's her and 1 visitor for now. And I'm going to leave the chairs just for now. So we could get a bath and shower combo. That can be useful. A shower is quicker, but a bath builds comfort as well. So going into plumbing. Yeah, no shower builds comfort. You can get some really nice looking ones that build environment. So, like I said, comfort can be difficult to get up. So I'm going to get the cheapest combo, which is this one for 1,100. I'm just going to throw that down. I know I wouldn't usually go this fast, but you know, we've really spent a good amount of time. I don't like it how much it blocks. Like there's no cutaway for the shower, so it's blocking my view of the living room. If I turn it around like that, it's okay, but then I don't see people walking past. Oh, it's all so difficult, isn't it? I'm going to move it back, and even though I'm blocking the window, it will still count as bringing in light. I'm going to put it there. There we go. Although it's annoying me, I want to move the window. I'm not going to do it. Restrain yourself. I feel like I'm rushing needlessly, but I can't stream for much longer because I'm very tired and my throat hurts, and I want to at least play a little bit. Who knew it would take so long to talk about absolutely everything? So in appliances, we're going to grab a fridge. You see, you also get barbecues in the ovens section. That's where they are. You got this little fridge, the cheapest fridge. You don't really want to go for it because it only has snacks. It's basically like a mini fridge, as it's called. So the actual cheapest fridge that will give you the proper amount of food is this Warrnambool fridge. You can see it looks kind of stained and crappy. It's your bog standard fridge. You just moved in, just got back from uni. This is what you got. Small appliances, we've got microwaves, something called toaster ovens, which I think are just an American thing I don't know about. I think they do toaster pastries in them. I guess they make toast. I don't know. You tell me. Yeah, you got blenders that can boost your hunger. No, not boost your hunger. That come out wrong. So your fridge has a hunger level. It means how many hunger points it will restore. Then your oven will have hunger points, so that will restore some more. If you use the food processor, as opposed to them just chopping the food, it'll boost your hunger again. So it is not just a little decorative item sort of thing. You've also got some coffee machines and I think a hot chocolate machine and stuff like that. You have trash compactors, which sounds really, really American, and dishwashers as well, but we're not going to be able to afford that right now. Do we have lights? I'm going to bring up the walls and spin around to check for lights. So we can see we have an open bulb in the, yeah, we've only got a light in the bathroom. Don't assume the rooms will have lights. Oh, that's not the right button. Lighting. I'm going to go for the overhead lights because they are out of the way. They're not the cheapest lights you can buy, but they are out of the way. And it gives the environment 1 point, which is better than a slap in the face with a wet kipper. I'll put one there, and I think I'll just put a wall. So yeah, you can see you've got table lamps, stand lamps. You know, you can work this out. I think we're all right. Just gonna put this nice light here. Looks a little spidery though now I look at it. Great. Let's unsee that image. There's usually a miscellaneous tab. In this case, it's got some street lamps in it. Okay, so we've got some lighting. We've got ability to make food, to sit down and eat it. We can wash. We've got somewhere to sleep. We've got somewhere to sit. So in the general miscellaneous tab, we have the wardrobes. This is what you use if you decide you're sick of your sim wandering around in their PJs and you want them to get dressed. It's also what you need if you have multiple clothes that you want to change between. You have the change clothes option only through having one of these wardrobes. You have a children's section, which is cribs and toys, what are they called? High chairs, things for kids basically. You have party section, cakes, fireworks, bars, vehicles. You've got a bunch of cars and a helicopter. And the pets section, all the things you need for your pets. The miscellaneous within the miscellaneous is, and this is something we need, bins and a sprinkler and just random things. There's a shipwreck. Who knows why? The bin's going to be in a weird place. I hate it. It's either going to be here in the middle, people kick over, or right by the door, which is the last thing you see as you walk out, which is kind of gross. Oh well. Yeah, a sprinkler will be very useful for fires, but it is pretty expensive when you're starting out. So we're going to find the smoke alarm. It is in electronics, and I believe it's just in no, it's not in miscellaneous, that's Sims 1. It's in small electronics. And here it is for 50 simoleons, a smoke sniffer. Sims with low cooking skill will set fire to their food all the time. Not as egregious as Sims 1, where it was every single time. If they had anything below 2 in cooking skill, every time. It was ridiculous. It's a bit kinder now, but you still want to bump up their cooking skill pretty early on. Similarly, the burglar alarm, it's not as bad as Sims. If you didn't have a burglar alarm, you were going to get robbed. It just happened. It's a bit more relaxed in Sims 2, but still a worthwhile purchase. A phone, very important. Yes, a landline phone, guys. This is what you're going to be using to contact your people, basically. You can call in to work, you can call the services, call emergencies, all that sort of thing. They did introduce in Sims 2 having mobile phones. It was like quite near the end, they would just come in, so it was kind of like this, oh, a mobile phone, that's so special. You can go to a community lot and buy a mobile phone. Who knew? So, very important item, the bookshelf. The bookshelf is how you're going to start out learning your cooking and mechanical skills. Mechanical is useful for some DIY options. Yes, you can hire a repairman, but again, costing money. So, here we go. We have a bookshelf. That's a rather lovely one. Looks like she's got a lot of encyclopedias or something. You can learn cooking from some televisions, but I don't like having the TVs or the computers, to be honest, because they make a lot of noise and it's stressful. But it does raise their fun levels quite easily, so you can have that double whammy of raising their fun motive and building their cooking skill. Very useful. All right, so that's the literal basics. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually go into the gameplay and see if she asks for anything to buy specifically. We don't have much in the house. We still have about 5,000 simoleons left. We don't have any decoration. We don't have anything particularly fun to do, but I want to see if she wants something specific. All right, so we're going to unpause. Can you believe it? Okay, I'm going to save. Always save. All right, I think we've got about 20 minutes to go, so I did want to show some gameplay. Like, I know it's been a lot, 2.5 hours explaining all of these things. I hope it's been helpful to some people. Maybe some people watching a VOD will be like, oh, okay. I did try to be as basic as possible. Because, yeah, it can be a lot. And I wouldn't want people to look at it and go, oh, it's not what I expected to see. It's too annoying. And some people learn much better from watching things than they do, say, reading a manual or doing by practicing, you know. So maybe it's helpful. So now we're going to look at the HUD. I know I said I'd unpause. I'm a filthy liar. We're going to look at the HUD in live mode. Again, we started off there. We did the little circle and the build mode and the buy mode. So at the top, we have the seasons. So you can hover over it and you can see that there is 1 day left in summer. We've got summer, autumn, winter, spring. And it goes past really quickly, I find. I prefer the Sims 3 mechanic where you can change the length of each individual season. But this was the first time we had seasons in The Sims, so it was so cool. I was so happy. We have our character portrait, and next up, you know what? They always need to pee when they move in. I guess it's excitement. So I'm gonna have her pee because she'll probably just start making food because their free will is on. So she's gonna have a pee, and if I remind myself about her personality, it's hit or miss whether she'll wash her hands. I'm sorry, but it's Sims, they can be gross. And then we're gonna ask her to study cooking. I will go through that a bit slower, but then we can unpause so it feels a bit more dynamic than just a frozen screen. And you can see that number that just popped over our head, that plus 500. That means that something I bought was something she had in her wants list, which we will get into. And then she got some points for it because I did it. Oh, okay. Anyway, we have a thermometer next to our portrait. Currently it's green, as you'd expect. That means she's feeling comfortable. It can go down and be blue, and they're too cold. If they get too cold, they will freeze and die. I've never seen someone die of heat, but I suppose it must be possible. It will go up and it will go red. So if they're doing something that could make them hot, not like that, you know what I mean. Keep an eye on it. You have the life states here. You can see that she's an adult, sorry, and that she has 29 days left until she becomes an elder. Things move pretty fast in The Sims 2. Then we have the day of the week and the time ticking away. We have pause, normal speed, high speed, and ultra speed. It will automatically go to ultra speed if every sim on the lot is asleep, which can make for a problem. I had a game the other day that my sim fell asleep while stargazing, and her partner was asleep as well, and a satellite fell and crushed her. And because it was on ×3 speed, I didn't have enough time to help her out. So she got splattered by a satellite that fell out the sky. You can't win them all. Sometimes you have to go with the story. So we've just got Amy Jones. The paper girl has just come and left the paper. Now the paper is the first way you're going to find a job. It will have 3 jobs in it. You can also, read the paper, you can check the weather forecast, a bunch of different things. Is that in it happens in Sims 4 as well, does it, Naraya? The setting fire to herself. Oh, and it's popped up now a little flavor text saying that Isadora has earned us cooking points. So we're going to say stop cooking for now. She will carry on unless you tell her to do something else. And we're going to ask her to find a job. It's a lot more in the paper than it used to be. You can just bring it in, you can read it, you can look for your own place, you can do a crossword, make a little paper aeroplane. Okay, this guy just turned up. I can't remember why he turns up or when, but he has left. He's managed to yeet a parcel through our door that we will check out soon. Okay, I'm going to pause because we don't really know what job she wants, so I don't just want to give her whatever. That came out a bit. So what I'm going to do to find that out, remember we gave her the family aspiration. Yes, we're all in this together. So you see there are 3 meters underneath the family aspiration icon. If you hover over the one on the right, this is the aspiration meter. It is going to explain to you what it does. What we're going to look at right now is her lifetime want. If she achieves this, she will platinum out, as in she will be basically, her aspiration will be full for the rest of her life. She will just be completely fulfilled. It will be very good. Okay, well, nice that they left the catching fire thing in all the games. So her lifetime want is to reach her golden anniversary, which I don't really know what that means in The Sims, a golden anniversary, because it doesn't have years exactly. Ooh, I'd have to look that one up. It just says they want to celebrate a golden anniversary, and they will be platinum for the rest of their lives, which is a very positive thing. Interesting. Yeah, so tips, as with most games, read the pop-ups. I know it can be annoying, you just want to play the game, but reading them at the beginning, I feel like I'm talking about Baldur's Gate all of a sudden. Read them at the beginning means you know it. Once you know it, you know it. You can obviously be reminded. Then you don't have to, keep reading it, and you don't have to be like, oh, this game's rubbish. It doesn't do this, and it's just because you haven't read something properly or bothered to take that time. I know there's a lot to read. Just do a little bit at a time when you need it. If your sim is sleeping, or if they're doing a task that's taking some time, hover over something new and then go, okay, what's this then? Not all of them are necessary for base gameplay, but you have no way of knowing that, obviously, if you've not played the game. So I know that I want to know what her lifetime want is. It's hard to tell otherwise. I don't think I've ever done a tutorial in The Sims 2. I assume there is one. Anyway, that's what she wants. So it's not a job one. A lot of them are career related. They want to reach the top of a certain career. Then we'd try and look for that in the job. She just generally wants to get a job. Here you can see, very self-explanatory, wants and fears. These items will give her aspiration points. These will remove aspiration points. Now this isn't just flavor. I'm going to skip down to rewards, one of the middle icons. Click on that, and rewards, weirdly, also holds your Sim's inventory. So that'll come up first. It's a little backpack. So I could pick up this box. I don't know if it works with this box because it's a special item, but I'll try it, and drop it in there. And now she's carrying that around, and she'll just have that with her wherever she goes. We're not going to do that because it's ridiculous. Underneath that, we've got aspiration rewards. This is what we're talking about. This is what the points are working towards. You get your points, you click on aspiration rewards, you can see how many you've got. We have earned 1,500. Not a lot, we just started. And here are a bunch of items. All of these items are very helpful in different ways, or maybe not always helpful, for your sim. For different reasons. You don't want them all, it's just what you're into. The earliest one people get, it's only 3,000, is the money tree. It's literally a money tree. It has simoleons on it. Your sim can go over, pick simoleons off it, water it. But with all the aspiration rewards, if you have to use them, you don't have to. It is best to use them when your sim has gold, which is kind of yellow basically, gold or platinum current aspiration level. So right now, if we had this money tree, boom, and she went to get some simoleons, we can see over here in her meter that it's green. It's quite low. So that would have a negative effect. With the money tree, it probably wouldn't be that. It would probably just mean that she didn't get many simoleons. But with some of them, like this guy, this reprograms your personality. It's if you've decided, actually, I don't want them to have this aspiration, or I don't like their personality. You can use this and you get the option to change it. But if they're not at that yellow and white, which is gold and platinum aspiration level, you could come out with not the personality you were asking for. It could go terribly wrong. So just keep that in mind. They're not just casual things to use, but they are incredibly useful. Okay, I'm hopping around a little bit. I hope you can bear with me. What I want to do is see... No, for the sake of time, we'll just get a job. I can do this. I don't have to control everything. All right, So she needs to sit down to check the paper. If she's got nowhere to sit, she will stand and check the paper. That's okay. And here we go. SimCity Times. There's an opening in the adventurer career track as an ambassador's intern. You can see the hours that you would work, the days you would work, how much you would get a day, and then you can decide to take the job, look for another job, or stop looking. So in this case, we'll just take the adventurer job. Congratulations on your new job. The carpool will arrive at 8. So the carpool will always arrive an hour before your work begins. And we fulfilled one of her wants. That's given her another 1,000 aspiration points. And it's been replaced by a new want. So we can see that she wants to meet someone new, which will give her 1,000 aspiration points. She wants to flirt, she wants to fall in love, and she wants to gain a cleaning skill point. The flirting and the fall in love, this is building up towards her family aspiration, you see. She's not got a spouse. She wants to get a spouse and then do all the family things. So she wants to meet someone and fall in love. So it makes sense. She will lose points if she's rejected for a flirt. Like, this person doesn't know them. What the hell? Get out of my face. No. If she has something stolen, or if there is a fire, which is a little frightening, that one's probably gonna happen, let's be honest. So I'm gonna hop over to her needs now. They used to be called motives, but they're called needs. And we can see that she's just been here we got here about 9. It's been an hour and 45 minutes. And this is how much her motives have changed. So she's almost halfway down for hunger, fun, and social. She's not impressed with the environment because, well, we didn't put any decorations down. She hasn't asked for any anyway. So there isn't anyone around, so she can't talk to anybody. She doesn't know anyone to call. So what we're going to do is make some food. Now, she could just have a snack. That will get a little bit of hunger. She could make herself some lunch. That would be good. That would probably fill the bar. Or we could serve lunch, which means we would create several, I think it's like 6 lunches. And then she would eat one, and then she could store the rest in the fridge, and she could just take them out and have them, which is what we're going to do, because I'm pretty sure it's a little bit more economical to do it that way. You don't want to go for instant meal. That's basically a drink that's a meal. It's gross. So she's going to serve lunch meat sandwiches. Off she goes. I completely understand what you mean about BG3 Naraya. When I started it, I really wasn't sure if it was for me. I was encouraged to play it, and it wasn't really something I thought I would be into, and I didn't understand what it was about, and there was a lot going on. And so, I mean, I got to like 24 hours and I was like, I don't know, man. It's not clicking. And I was like, but something would draw me back, and I thought, I'll give it another go. I like talking to the characters. I like exploring. And about 50 hours in, this isn't for everyone. This is just for my experience. 50 hours in, I was like, I get it. My character is built incredibly poorly because I didn't understand. Just to segue in, we've just had a pop-up with Isadora. She's gained enthusiasm in cuisine, so she can now talk about it with other Sims. This was introduced in the free time expansion pack. So cuisine in this sense is a hobby. She's become interested in it, and now she has the option to talk about it with other Sims. I'm going to open the parcel. Yeah. And it is a computer. He's just given out free computers. So we could sell it to get some more money, or we could get a desk and a chair and keep it. On the computer, you get a choice of 5 jobs rather than 3. You can do several other things. You can chat to other Sims. So even though she's not met someone, I could chat to someone in a chat room and build up her social. You can write a book, which when you finish it, depending on how good it's supposed to be, you can get royalties from it. So you get money. Play games, send an email, that kind of thing. So they are pretty useful. So I think we're going to get a desk and chair because we have saved some money. But yeah, as I was saying, it took a lot until it clicked with me. All right, I'm not saying it's the same for everybody at all. I'm not saying it would be the same for you. I'm just saying that it is a dense game. And I'm glad to hear you're going to give it another try. If you want to, you know, have a chat about it and what's niggling at you, absolutely write to me, and we can dig into that, because there is a certain mindset about it and an understanding. There, that looks nice. If you want, that's all. So we've just done a desk and a chair, and we're going to get the computer, which has, okay, if you zoom in, you can zoom in much further than I can with Sims 1. On the side of it, for some reason, is a rabbit with an eye patch and a crossed celery and carrot. So there you go. So she's just gone in to look at the chair, and she doesn't feel anything about it whatsoever. Sometimes they'll go up, and if it's a cheap item, they'll be like, "Ah, oh, this rubbish." Or if it's a really good item, they'll be like really excited. You know, they're quite demonstrative. She's automatically gone over there to play a game because her fun is low, so she's taken care of herself. So if I select it, you can see there's a lot of options to do on the computer. Who knew? You can start your own business. You can buy real estate, and then you get like rent and things. I don't know about ordering photos. You can order a vacation. You can play a game. At the moment there are 2 games. She can play The Sims 3. I mean, how silly is that? This is The Sims 2 and she can play The Sims 3. She gets it ahead of time. And SSX 3, I think it was, which is a snowboarding game, which seems to be what she's playing. But now some neighbours have come round to welcome her, which is going to be very helpful because her social bar is low. So who's come around? It's probably I haven't really added many people to the neighbourhood, so it's going to be some OG characters, which excites me a bit. So we have the new character for The Sims, Darren Dreamer. If you remember him from the neighbourhood story at the beginning, he has a crush on Cassandra Goth and a son called Dirk, and he seems to like painting. Over here we have John Burb. I was just playing you in Sims 1, my friend. You were really annoying because kids don't really do anything in The Sims 1. But here he is, all grown up, looking fancy, if you like. And here is Brandy Broke, the newbie's daughter. She married Skip Broke, the guy who died in the tragic pool accident. It says specifically pool ladder incident, which, to my money, is a nod to all of the unhinged simmers who make a pool and then get people into the pool and then remove the ladders so they drown. This is a normal thing to do, apparently. It's not how I roll. Oh, look, they've just completely blocked the stairs. That must be so annoying. Yeah, so I think where it says he died in a mysterious pool ladder incident, I think they're referring to that. Oh, that was a huge leap in social. She's now going to talk to Darren. I tried to talk to each of them once just to be polite. Okay, so if I clicked on him, you can see all the options that you can do with you. It's not just chatting. You've got appreciate, you've got entertain, you can irritate them, flirt with them, ask them questions, take their picture. There's a greyed out one saying influence to, and if I pause because they're frustrating me, there is one of these bars that we talked about is an influence meter. How much you can sway people to do your bidding. This is to do with your friendship level. At the moment, she's you see the bar is very, very small because she doesn't have any friends. She could only fill up that tiny amount, which means she can't influence people to do much at all. As you get more friends, it will go all the way up here. And yeah, you can influence them to cook a meal, to clean, to fight with someone. It's interesting. I don't remember how you actually get influence. Let's have a look. Use your Sims influence. Sure, sure, sure. How do you build it? Influence. Yeah, it's just saying the size of the meter. Interesting. You've done the pool thing before. How did it make you feel? I did it once because everyone was doing it and I felt horrible. I'm pretty sure, no, this was Sims 1. I just felt awful. It made me feel bad. You know, they were dying. I'm not a psychopath. I didn't find that funny. I didn't understand why people found it funny. So I was like, no, I regret it. And I was trying to buy a ladder to help them out, but it was too late. And I was just like, I'm a monster. Yeah, I don't do that, really. The only time I kill Sims on purpose is if I'm playing a specific story and they have to die at a certain time frame in the story, but it's still horrible. Did you talk to Darren? I wasn't really paying attention. Yes. All right. So we don't really understand the influence meter. The middle meter is the life aspiration meter. And it says how fast your lifetime aspiration increases is based on how high you keep your aspiration. Lifetime aspiration can even decrease if you let your aspiration get too low. Right. I see. So this has, again, a lot of information. It's talking about your current level. It's depressing dud. Also says aspiration benefit points are 5. So we have points that we can spend on aspiration rewards. We'll go and look at that in a minute. So yeah, this is her lifetime aspiration meter, and this is more of a daily up and down meter. I'm reminding myself at this point as well. Oh, she's got a new want to get a kitten. Adorable. No, we're not going to do that. It costs money. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do, they're all getting along fabulously. I'm going to click on the sandwiches, and because we're being generous, she can call to meal the guests to make sure they don't get hungry. What does she want to do? She's fine. And she's going to go and clear up that plate to give them some space. There's only 2 chairs, but what are you going to do? Oh, someone walking by. Hello. So, now we're getting into this section. The top one with the plumb bob is the needs, which we are looking at most of the time. You can see she's doing all right. She wants to have a bit of fun though. I probably will get them a telly because it's quite a normal thing to get them. But maybe we can get them something a bit more fun. So if we go into, I think it was hobbies, we have creativity. Now, most of the creativity items are music based, which is frustrating because I think I mentioned before, I get overwhelmed easily by lots of different sounds coming at me. And there's only just one that's quiet, and that's the easel, and it has the lowest amount of fun. And I'm just like, can we switch off the sound? I don't want to hear them doing this. In the knowledge tab, we have bookshelves and we have telescopes. Then we have the exercise items, the exercise bike, the exercise. There's a ballet bar is the cheapest one. Then we've got one that's more about fun. It's good if you have people around to have some group activities. Then you can all be having fun and talking, building up your social at the same time. And the cheapest one is the dartboard. So we're going to be very scary for anybody coming out and place it here. Bonk, which is going to block the way, I'm pretty sure, but I'm going to do it anyway. You've got things like the chess board, which will give you fun and build your logic skills. So it's good to keep an eye out for things that build your skills. In the miscellaneous tab, we've got a bunch of things. I think they were from Open for Business. Like you can make some toys, and you can then sell them should you wish to. So I'm going to go with the dartboard because it's quiet. And she's going to do some darts, and we'll see how many people we can get playing darts. And this tree is starting to bug me. I don't think it's evenly placed either. So for those of you who are bothered by such things, I'll fix that for you. There, nice and even. You're welcome. Okay. So, I was just thinking, so speaking about the romance, because she wants, oh, there, did you see? So Darren just had a little thought bubble of Isadora and then hearts coming off it, and he expressed admiration. So that is him showing that he is into her. You can see it even though you can't ask them that. If you want, when you want them to be able to, there's a very useful, what's it? I'm losing my words, this is why we're stopping soon. Useful mechanic called scope room. You can say scope room and they will look around, and the Sims they find attractive will get a white glow around them, and then a pop-up will come and say the one she's most into. Very helpful, rather than having her just talk to everybody and check and flirt with them basically. Unfortunately, it's kind of one or the other. It's either men or women. So the first person your sim flirts with, whatever gender they are, that's basically what your sim is into. So when you then scope room, they're basically going to pick that gender. So we've got two singles here. I know that John is married. Darren is in love with Cassandra. Brandy's husband died a bit recently, but she's not in love with anybody apart from her dead husband, which is fine. So we're gonna go for ladies. So what we're gonna do you don't have access to this mechanic until you have expressed your preference. So she's going to flirt, and it's going to be the option to check sim out. I don't know why I'm pointing. Look down there at my screen. The fun bar is full, so it's okay to stop playing darts. She keeps going flirt. Oh, there, and she likes her. And then that's even re-rolled a 1 for some reason now. She just wants a general pet. I don't think that was connected. If we click on relationships, the next bar down, we can see, is she going to clear up? I thought she was going to clear up by herself. No. Oh no! This wouldn't happen normally. I'm blaming all of you guys. We left the lunch meat sandwiches out too long and now they are inedible. So we have to toss them, so we've wasted some money. That sucks, but needs must. I'm going to have her talk to John just so she's doing something. So now we've gone into the relationships tab and we're on all relationships. Next to Brandy, you can see 2 lightning bolts. This tells us that she finds her attractive. You can have no bolts, you can have 1, 2 or 3. You can have a bolt with a cross through it. That means they find them unattractive. And 3 obviously is really, really good. It doesn't necessarily mean that they will get on. It means they've fulfilled their turn-ons basically. So that will give you a quick look, and you can see, okay, she's into that. So now she's going to go over, and you see we have new options. She can go and appreciate, and you've got the lightning bolt again. So she wants to give her a back rub, but I don't think they know each other well enough. So I think I'm going to just send her over to interrupt the conversation basically and have a chat. So I'm a respectful person. Don't just go over. Oh no, the phone's ringing. All right, we're going to answer the phone. We put the phone on silent mode, not the electric guitars. So yeah, this is the relationship panel. At the top, you can select and have family only. So all of your household would appear here. You can select friends only. Sorry, family, literally family. Household is down here. Yeah, I really have to stop. And chemistry only. So she has chemistry with Brandy. Brandy pops up here. Okay, this is a phone call that you will always get. It's to encourage you to go to downtown and check out what's going on there. You may or may not want to do that, but I do find that if you go downtown, you will already have a better relationship with this person, so it might be like a step up to a friendship. I, of course, have a house full of people, so I'm going to stay here, thanks, lady. Now she's going to go and admire Brandy. I could just pick what she wants to do, but because they don't have a high relationship, she could be rejected, which could lower her aspiration points, and it would mess up her relationship, basically, with this lady, which she doesn't want to do. So I'm being nice to my sim. I'm saying, no, you can't do what you want to do. Over here in the bottom right of relationships is the family tree, obviously. She's there by herself, so there she is. But if we loaded up, say, John Burb's household and looked at his family tree, we'd actually see a few generations back, even though you can't play them because they are they have passed on. So that's something you do. I'm just going to finish up these and then we're going to have to stop. Yeah, okay, her wants are down very low, so she's going to ask them to go so she can take care of herself. She just moved in. That's not push it. So you can select... Oh! I guess I was wrong with how quick to move. Sims are more demonstrative than us. I bet if she'd tried to kiss her, she'd have been like, no. No, don't... Okay, she's decided to go have a bath. That's okay. Wouldn't have been my choice, but... So they can take care of themselves some way. That's okay. This will help her hygiene and her comfort. So underneath the relationships tab, we have the skills and career tab. She has a job, so that's what's popping up. Again, you can hold your mouse over the title and it just gives you some flavour text about your life of adventure has begun. Again, it's showing you all the details and you can hover over and get more information. It does really help you. I like this rather than having pop-ups that you're constantly reading, because this way you're reading the thing you specifically want to know about at that moment. And a nice visual guide to when you go to work and when you're off work. We can see very quickly that she doesn't work on Thursdays or Sundays and that today is Monday, which we can also see on the left. She has no vacation days because she hasn't gone to work yet. You can build up vacation days and go on a vacation, which I've not done yet because I didn't have that EP. In the middle here, we have the job performance. It's in the middle because they don't know anything about her yet. Underneath that is how many family friends you have, and in brackets, how many you need for a promotion. I do not like this mechanic. The idea that you need to have friends to get promotions. I wonder if they put it in to encourage people to have friends and not just concentrate solely on, oh, I'm just going to get to the top of my career. But it's not realistic, so I don't like it. I've actually removed, well, I've tweaked it in Sims 1, so it's a bit more realistic. Then you've got your skills. I hope these are standard. I don't know about Sims 4. You've got cooking, mechanical, charisma, body, logic, creativity, and cleaning. Go to sleep. Those are your basic skills. Again, you can get some pop-ups if you hover over it. And it's out of 10. She's got 1 skill in cooking. She read her book, and you can see that body is... I'm just going to tell her to do something so she wakes up at the time. Body is circled and empty. This shows that she needs a body skill to get a promotion. She could get a body skill in several ways. I could wake her up now. If you click on her, she could jump rope and then she would do some skipping and that would build it. If you had a TV, you could tell her to work out and she would like watch a fitness program. So there are some options there. And we have talent badges. We don't have any talent badges because that's a business thing, which we haven't done. How's she feeling? I think she needs some food. So she's going to make macaroni and cheese because that's one of my favourites. And we're not going to leave it out until it gets mouldy. Ridiculously quick, the mouldy food situation. Alright, next we've got Simology. This is reminding you about your sim, basically. You've got the personality. You've got her fitness level. Here would be, you can write a bio. You can literally click on that and I could write some kind of biography, give her some flavour there. We have her reputation. She's an average cabbage, which I just think is cosy. So based on your activities in a community with the members of the neighbourhood, they develop a certain reputation. And it can have, I've got to speed up because I can't talk longer. This will have positive or negative reactions because so-and-so is like, oh, I told my friend that they should avoid you, etc. Okay, so it's a little bit, the skills are slightly different. That's understandable. We have interests. Now, generally, interests are what Sims like to talk about. So the more points they have in something, the more they want to talk about that. If they are talking to a Sim who doesn't like that, that will lower their relationship. I use this to decide what jobs they might want. We have hobby enthusiasm. This is something I'm not very familiar with. It came with the free time expansion pack. And remember that pop-up we got about cuisine? She has got a point in cuisine. And you get little things you can do, you can unlock as you get to know this hobby. Like, she has learned to talk about cuisine. If she continued doing cuisine-y things, she could do other things, instruct other people how to cook or serve specific dishes, which I really like. I'm going to put away the mac and cheese now so it doesn't waste. There we go. Yeah, and after a while you will see that one of these hobbies is highlighted, and that is the predestined hobby, that they're just meant to hobby this. I don't really know how it works, do I? Okay, she wants to gain a cleaning point and play a computer game. So let's clean some things. Oh, she's going to put that down now, isn't she? On the floor? Yeah, there it goes. They're not very sensible. I interrupted her. She had decided she was going to clean this, but my orders take precedence, unless it's a fire. What else needs cleaning? If there's nothing much to clean, wash your hands, then you can study cleaning from the bookcase. If she wants to do that, I'm just going to have her do that while we keep on. So you can see all the hobbies. We've got cuisine, film and literature, games, tinkering, science, arts and crafts, sports, nature, fitness, music and dance. So they will give you more interactions, more things to do. They will even get you to unlock a specific building that's to do with the hobby that only people who are really into that hobby can go to. I've not done that yet, I'm intrigued. Then we have the memories tab. It is selective about what memories it's a bit weird what it thinks is worthy of a memory, but just go with it. If you have an adult sim, you will have some memories just pre-programmed before you moved in. Like, they assume you've met a friend and kissed someone. But you can see when she got a job, and you can see that it was the adventurer one. When she met John, here he is. When she met people, apparently the kiss with Brandy didn't mean anything. It's just sim things. And there's a special icon for vacation mementos. I don't know much about that. I didn't have that EP. But I guess that'll pop up and you can click on it. There. I don't know what this means. That'll be interesting. And finally, a reminder of your turn-ons and turn-off. The last tab is rewards. We did come into this a little bit. This is her inventory. And in the aspiration rewards, we're up to 3,500 now, which means we can afford the money tree. So we'll get the money tree and put it in the bedroom. The other thing I found important to do with the money tree is to lock your damn door. So you click on the door, lock, allow me only, because if you have guests over and the money tree is ready, as you can see, it's glowing, it's ready to be harvested, they will go and take your money. I'm like, rude. So I lock the door. All sorted. Now she wants to eat lunch meat sandwiches. Well, you can't, because you left them out too long. Shocking behaviour. Should we have more? She doesn't want to have more mac and cheese. It's like 5 a.m. She's going to have some juice. Okay, we're almost there. Next to the aspiration rewards, you have the lifetime aspiration benefits. Now, if you remember from when we hovered over the meter, we have 5 aspiration benefits points. Here they are. So these things will help gameplay as well. So, worth checking that and when you can. So you can have get some buffs basically for needs, work, family, because that's her aspiration, or you can pick a secondary aspiration. So for example, this is slower need decay for social and comfort. So if I picked this one, her social and comfort wouldn't come down so quickly. So these are things they implemented later on when people thought that maybe their needs were going down a bit too quickly to be able to do what they wanted in the game. And every time they implement more things to do in the game, if your motives are constantly too low, you can't do them anyway. So you couldn't enjoy that expansion pack. So these help balance it out. The family one I like is the Grandma's Comfort Soup. Is the first one. It increases the comfort of any sim who eats it. Remember what I said before, that in the early days building comfort can be really difficult. So this is literally a meal that she can make now that I've clicked on it that can give her comfort in another way. And it also cures sicknesses, because the Sims can get ill, they can get colds, they can get the flu. It's very annoying. You can pick a secondary aspiration. And you see a new one has popped up, the grilled cheese aspiration. This is a meme one. You can find it out yourself. So that's that. And finally, career rewards. When you reach the top of a career, you get a fabulous reward relating to that career. That, again, I will leave you to find out. But we are finally done. I have gone over by, oh God, an hour and a quarter, and I'm supposed to be resting today. But I wanted to get to a specific point where I've covered a certain amount of things, and it just took longer than I expected. Anyway, I'm gonna go rest. It has been fun. I've been reminding myself of some things. I know I'm a teeny tiny streamer, but maybe someone will find some use in what we've covered here today. And who knows, maybe we will come back and continue learning about the game from more of a gameplay standpoint. Maybe I will play properly rather than, oh, I'm just doing this for the sake of it. Streaming The Sims is new to me, so getting the balance of thinking about what I need them to do as well as talking is a new challenge. We will see. Oh God, they almost crashed on that intersection.